Hello and good morning to all my lovely students. Welcome back to your English class. Students, as you all know, we are taking up revisional topics. So in today's class, we'll take up the topic of prefixes and suffixes. Today's date is 26th of September 2020. So let us see what is the learning objective of today's class. So our learning objective is to recall back the concept of prefixes and suffixes and know its uses and formation. Okay, so in today's class what we are going to do, we are going to recall back, okay, recall back to our mind what a prefix is and what a suffix is, and also to know its uses, how to use it, and how it is being formed, how a prefix is being formed, how a suffix is being formed, okay, and how it is being used. So let's get started, students. So here, students, you can see it. I have made a comparison between a prefix and a suffix because many a times students get confused, right? They get confused between a prefix and a suffix. So let us try to do a comparison. Meanwhile, we will also recall what the concept is along with some appropriate example. So let us first see what a prefix is. Okay. Prefixes are letters, a group of letters added at the beginning of a word to make a new word. So, what are prefixes? Prefixes are letters. They are letters or a group of letters which is added at the beginning. In the beginning of a word. Okay, we cannot use a prefix wherever we want, simply like that. If you try to use a prefix simply like that without attaching it to the word, it would make incomplete sense. But when we attach it in front of a word, it will create a new word. Okay, students, every prefix has its own meaning. So all the prefixes which we use has its own meaning. Okay, and most of the time these prefixes are being used to form the antonyms of the words, that is the opposite of the words. Let us see some example. Prefix im means not. Whenever you use the prefix im, it means what? It means not. Okay, students. So the prefix in has a meaning as well. It means not. The prefix re means again. So whenever you use this prefix re, you should know that it means again. So there are many more examples. You can find it out. Each prefix has its own meaning. So let us see some more example. For example, if I take the word balance and I try to use a prefix. As you all know, prefix is what? Is a letter or a group of letter added in the beginning of a word, attached to the beginning of a word. So if I add im plus balance, it would become imbalance, right, students? Similarly, if I take the word order, it has a meaning to order somebody, right? To order for something or to order somebody. Now, if I use a prefix re, the whole meaning of the word changes and a new word is being formed. That is, re plus order becomes reorder. So, students, I hope you are clear what a prefix is. A prefix is a letter or a group of letter which is added in the beginning of a word to form a new word. And every prefix has its own meaning. And most of the time prefixes are used to form the antonyms of different words. All right, students. So let us see what a suffix is. Suffixes are letters or group of letters added at the end of a word to make a new word. It is totally different, no? What it is uses at the end. Prefixes in the beginning of the word, suffixes at the end of the word to make a new word. Okay, every suffix has its own meaning. So suffix also, every suffix which you use has its own meaning. Example, the suffix er means one who is able to. Okay, students. Similarly, if you use the prefix able, it's one dependable, right? It's one on which you can rely. So every suffix has its own meaning. So let us see the word teach. Teach is a word with its own meaning, but if you use a suffix er, what happens? A new word is being created. And what is that word? Teacher, right? So it is a new word with a new meaning. Similarly, the word pay. See here, student, pay is an activity, right? You are doing something, you are pay. So here, pay, if I use the word pay and add a suffix meant, what happens? A new activity is being formed, that is payment, a new word, right? So students, what suffixes are? Suffixes are also letters or group of letters added at the end of a word to create a new word, and suffixes also has its own meaning. So whenever we use a suffix, the word changes and a new word is being formed. So I hope students you will not be confused anymore when to use a prefix and when to use a suffix, and what are prefixes and what are suffixes. So in our next class we'll take up some other topics for revision. So till then students, keep on learning, keep on smiling, stay safe and healthy. So I shall see you all in my next class with yet another topic. Thank you, students.